Hello, mabuhay! Again, I am Teacher Magda and welcome to my online class in Mathematics 5. So today, I have a video lesson about adding and subtracting fractions and mixed numbers. So are you ready? So let's watch this video. There are 4 steps in adding and subtracting similar fractions or fractions having the same denominator. Step 1, check if they have the same denominator. So in the given 3/8 plus 2 over 8, they have the same denominator, which is 8. Step 2, add the numerators. So the numerator here is 3 and 2. So we will add 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. Step 3, copy the denominator. So the denominator here is 8. So we will just copy. And then last, step 4, reduce your answer to lowest term if possible. So because 5 and 8 has no common factor, so therefore 5 and 8 or 5 over 8 is the final answer. Another is 5 over 8 minus 2 over 8. So they are similar fraction or fraction having the same denominator. So we will now proceed to subtract the numerators. So 5 minus 2 is equal to 3, and then copy the denominator, which is 8. And then 3 and 8 has no common factor, therefore 3 over 8 is the final answer. I have here also another video about adding and subtracting similar fractions, dissimilar fractions, and mixed number. So let's watch.
Okay, so good morning kids. So today I will give you another example about adding and subtracting similar fraction. So you already know the fourth step in adding and subtracting similar fractions. So the first step is to check the denominator if they have the same. So as you can see in these two examples, they have the same denominator. Then we will now proceed to step 2. We will add the numerator. So for example, in the given 7/10 plus 2 over 10. So let's add the numerator. So 7 plus 2 is equal to 9. And then step 3 is just copy the denominator. So the denominator here is 10. And then step 4, reduce your answer in lowest term or simplify if possible. So as you can see, 9 over 10 has no common factor. Therefore, 9 over 10 is the final answer. Okay. In the second given, okay, subtracting similar fraction. So as you can see, we have the same denominator. So we will now subtract the numerator. So in the given 6 over 8 minus 4 over 8. So we will minus or subtract 6 minus 4. So 6 minus 4 is equal to 2. And then copy the denominator, which is 8. And then step 4, reduce your answer in lowest term. So 2 and 8 has a common factor, which is 2. So to reduce it to lowest term, we will divide it by 2. Both the numerator and the denominator. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. Therefore, the final answer is 1/4 or 1 over 4. Okay, for letter B, we will add and subtract dissimilar fractions. So when you say dissimilar, okay, they have different denominators. So as you can see in the two given, okay, they have different denominators. So first one is 3 over 10 plus 2 over 6. So again, we have 4 steps in adding dissimilar fraction. So first, get the LCD or the least common denominator. So how will you do it? You will just multiply both the denominators. So in the given, we will multiply 10 times 6. So 10 times 6 is equal to 60. And then, the next step is do cross multiplication. Okay, so meaning you will multiply 3 times 6 and 2 times 10. That's why it is called cross multiplication. So first multiply natin. 3 times 6 is equal to 18. And then don't forget the plus sign. And then another one is 10 times 2. So 10 times 2 is equal to 20. And then the next step is you will now add. So let's add 18 plus 20. So 18 plus 20 is equal to 38 over 60 because we will just copy the new denominator. And then the last step is simplify your answer or reduce your answer to lowest term if possible. So as you can see, 38 and 60 has a common factor which is 2. So we will just divide it by 2. Let's divide. So 38 divided by 2 is 19. 60 divided by 2 is 30. So therefore, the final answer is 19 over 30. In the second given, we will subtract. So 3/4 minus 1/3. So as you can see, they have different denominators. So first is to get the LCD or the least common denominator. So we will just multiply it. 4 times 3. So 4 times 3 is equal to 12. And then we have the new denominator which is 12. And then the next step is to cross multiply. So multiply natin 3 times 3 and then 1 times 4. So 3 times 3 is equal to 9. And then the minus sign, don't forget. And then 4 times 1 is equal to 4. And then let's subtract. 9 minus 4 is equal to 5. And then copy the new denominator which is 12. Okay, so because 5 and 12 has no common factor, it is now the final answer. Okay, so the last one is adding and subtracting mixed number. So when I say mixed number, it is composed of whole number and a fraction. So it also the same with similar fractions, the steps. So in the given, 7 and 1/5 plus 2 and 2/5. So first, let's add the whole number. So the whole number here is 7 and 2. So we will just add 7 plus 2. And then, let's add now the fraction. So 1/5 plus 2/5. So as you can see, they have the same denominator. So we will now add the numerator. So 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. And then copy the denominator which is 5. And then let's now add the whole number. So 7 plus 2 is equal to 9. And then 3/5. So again, so reduce your answer to lowest term. So because 3/5 has no common factor, it is now the final answer. The final answer is 9 and 3/5. The next one here is 9 and 6 over 8 minus 3 and 2 over 8. So again, we will now subtract the whole number. So 9 minus 3. So we will subtract it now. So 9 minus 3 is equal to 6. And then, let's subtract the fraction. So they have the same denominator. So we will now subtract the numerator. So 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. And then just copy the denominator which is 8. And then simplify your answer. So 4 and 8 has a common factor which is 4. So we will just copy the whole number which is 6. And then let's divide 8 by 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So therefore, the final answer is 6 and 1/2. So that's it, kids. Okay, kids. So I will just give you example if your answer is improper fraction. So when I say improper, mas malaki ang numerator kaysa sa denominator. So, these are the things that you will do if your answer is improper. So, all you have to do is to change it to mixed number. So, how will you change it? You will just divide 9 divided by 7. So, 9 is the dividend, and then 7 is the divisor. So, all you have to do is to divide. So, 7 divided by 9 is equal to 1. And then 1 times 7 is 7. Then subtract. So, we get 2. So, 2 divided by 7 cannot be. So, we will now start here. So, what will you do with this answer? So, 1 will become the whole number. The quotient will become the whole number. And then, the remainder will become the numerator. And then, the divisor is the denominator, or we will just copy here the denominator, which is 7. So, 9 over 7 is equal to 1 and 2 over 7. Another here is, what if your answer is 8 over 6? So, it is an improper. Mas malaki ang numerator kaysa sa denominator. So, we will change it to mixed number. So, what will you do? You will just divide 8 divided by 6. So, 8 will become the dividend, and then 6 will become the divisor. So, again, numerator will become the dividend. Denominator will become the divisor. Then, let's divide. So, 6 divided by 8 is 1. 1 times 6 is 6. Then, subtract. We get 2. 2 divided by 6 cannot be. So, we will stop it by here. So, based on this, the quotient here is 1. So, meaning, 1 is the whole number. And then, the remainder will become the numerator. And then, we will just copy the denominator, which is 6. So, therefore, 8 over 6 is equal to 1 and 2, 6. So, as you observe, 2, 6 can reduce to lowest term. So, what will you do? So, you will just divide 2 over 6 by 2 because this is the common factor. So, we will just copy 1, which is the whole number, and then let's divide 2, 6 by 2. So, 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So, the final answer here is 1 and 1/3. Okay? Did you get it, kids? Thank you!
So that's it, kids. I hope that you learned something about adding and subtracting fractions and mixed number. See you in the next video. Goodbye!